And joining me and Christine in studio now is Susan Curta, who is on the finance panel for the national online publication called Distinctive Women. And we've just joined Distinctive Women, so we're feeling very good. We had our photos taken the other day. They look pretty good. Few touch-ups, but you know.
But we'd like to ignite our finances too.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with igniting those.
So what you specialize in is pre-sale condos and getting good deals, right? I want to know if all those lineups you see prior to opening day, is it really worth being in those lineups?
Well, actually, those lineups that you see on TV, people will line up for days. And then the sales center opens, everybody claps, yay, welcome. And then they see the availability board and all those red dots. And they say, hey, why are all those gone? I'm the first in line. Well, they are the first in line in the third or fourth line with a third or fourth price increase. So back to what I do. I get you in at the very first release. The very first release. And you have to know somebody to know about these opportunities.
It's who you know, not what you know.
Absolutely.
Wow, that must be
frustrating for everybody in those lineups.
No, but I mean, we're telling them now they need. So how do people find you or somebody like you?
Well, how you find how you find is you do have to know somebody. So you listen to your show, of course. Now you know me. But condos are released in various stages. A builder has to have 70% sold to get their financing, and the first stage is usually family and friends. That's where that's where I get in, and that's where you make the most money. Prices have continued to go up. If you bought a house in the 70s. Right. It was $29,000.
Except for there are a few exceptions.
Of course.
Look at the big hoopla over the new Four Seasons.
Okay, well, there's a big hoopla over the new Four Seasons, but again, that goes back is one of the things I love to do is help first-time investors get started. And when you buy your first condo, it's scary, but I can take the fear out of it by explaining and simplifying the process. For example, I've created a wish list for the projects that I want to sell, and these are also the projects that I buy for my own portfolio. And the 6 things that I would like every project to have: number 1, location; number 2, it has to be a unique building; number 3, amazing amenities with normal maintenance fees; number 5, very important, below market pricing; and number 6, they have to cash flow positive. And it's interesting, you named one condo, and that area has appreciated so much already. So again, what locations? If you looked at Liberty Village, we're seeing right now.
So we're seeing Liberty Village. We're seeing that's where we are for our listeners across Canada. We are in Liberty Village, which is downtown, southwest out of the city of Toronto, like just at the corner of the city, and it is booming with condos. Now, one of the people that works with us is looking for a condo down here, and the real estate agent said, okay, but realize because of the number of condos being built, this is not going to appreciate as much as something else. So if you're worried about investing and it's your money, say you're going through a divorce or something, you're going out there for the first time, what are the things you should look for?
You have to look at what's happening in the location. And again, I like to take the fear out of it. I'm going to give you an example, and I've made my own mistakes, and this is before. One of the reasons I got into real estate is I saw the investment opportunities because of situations I missed. I used to work here long time ago. And you know what? This area was not like this. And then a condo, I think it was Toy Factory Lofts. And I had an opportunity to buy at $300 per interior square foot. You know what they're selling for now? That was about 12 years ago. Now they're at about $550 a square foot. You go, you read, you look at the up-and-coming areas, the official plan, what the government plans on rezoning. There's, right now, yes, there is lots of condos in this area, but then you have to look at what are the rentals. The rental transactions continue to be more than the resales. More and more people, there's bidding wars in places like King West for some of the rentals. You can get a furnished 450 square feet. People are renting it for 2,500. So again, that's one of my things is cash flow that you look at. And this may be a good area to rent, to cash flow, or might be a good area to keep and hold. You have to look at that. But yes, there's a lot of condos here, but with over 38,000 people relocating to the city of Toronto every year. Toronto's become the 4th largest city in North America, overbeat Chicago. Where are those people going to go?
So Susan, do you specialize in condos for an investment purpose, so people would buy them and rent them out, or do you specialize in for homeowners?
I specialize for investors to rent them out, but with that being said, an investor could be parents. They're buying for their child that they see that the graduate from university has their first job making money is paying somebody rent. Why not rent to your own kid? And with interest rates being at an all-time low.
Because I would never get,
Get the
the rent
rent.
check. This
Don't
is
tell
why.
me this because I'm about to do this for my daughter, and I talk to people
So
about.
maybe you're allowed to write it off as a loss.
Well,
An
you know
loss.
what? There
There
may be
must be an
I'm
angle here.
I'm not allowed to talk about that, but there is an angle. So.
Do you find that women, more and more women are, as we've learned from TD and Women in Wealth Management, that at some point in their future, 90% of women will be looking after their own finance at some point in the future. Do you find that women are more secure in real estate as an investment? I am, as opposed to the stock market, because I keep on going with the theory that they're not making any more land. But when it comes to a condo, as we said before, they are making more condos, but you still think with the influx into a major city that it's a good investment?
I think it's a great investment, but it does, again, it depends on area, depends on transportation. There is no land. It's going up. Toronto is becoming like New York. There are areas when you're talking about the Four Seasons, that was a perfect example. Yorkville, it's going to continue to appreciate, but not as high as some other areas. King West right now, that's seen the peak of the appreciation, that's going to continue. Liberty Village has the same, it's seen the peak. So you might think, wow, there's so many condos, but people need affordable places to live.
Well, there seems to be a trend where people do not, people don't want to commute. They want to live downtown, and they're willing even, I'm reading articles, they're willing even to raise families in a condo because they just don't want to do
So there's
driving.
a call for family-sized condos, right?
Exactly.
That's what,
100%,
Yeah, and also, I think the figures are that they figure another, by 2025, we'll be at, 9 million in the GTA.
I think it's slightly more than that, but I don't have that quote right in
Yes,
front of me.
do you know
but
what I mean? But,
yes.
but our population is going to just explode, so where do those people go?
Yep.
Prices have to go up.
Yeah, Christine, you said something important about gridlock. How much time do people spend in their cars? Imagine that I would say I can give you another 5 years of amazing life because you're not sitting in your car.
Well, except for the fact that, to be fair, it can take as long to drive from Ajax to downtown as it does from
Mount
Lawrence-
Pleasant and Lawrence, which is
yeah,
where I drove
yeah,
to here.
here
It took
to
me
Liberty
about
Village.
45 minutes today.
between construction and traffic lights, and so but it's just the idea that you're that far away. So if your child is sick or something happens, you're stuck.
Yeah, but this is why when you look at the condos here in Liberty Village, is there too many? There's not too many because for that reason, families are going to be living in the city core. More and more condominiums are adopting daycare facilities, other amenities that cater to families. And you look at New York and
Well,
Manhattan.
I like the idea of being first on the list.
I
on
know.
a very private list. So how do people get on your list?
Well, that's very, very, very easy. First of all, I like to meet the people too.
Yeah,
Okay?
I know.
I like to, again, like I said, I like to explain. I have my wish list. I like to see what your investment strategy is. It's interesting. Like Christine, you're investor savvy, but we cannot use you as an example because a lot of people, are just afraid because they look at, oh wow, this is $300,000, but really your investment is a 20%. with interest rates being an all-time low and taking, the fear out of it. I just have to say one thing, it's funny. Have you ever driven in the car with someone and they say, from the old kind, they say, I could have bought that 30 years
Me,
ago.
I do that all the time.
And made a fortune. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. We have opportunities around us and the city is going to continue to grow.
Okay, and are you going to be at the Distinctive Women Conference? National Conference?
Absolutely. This conference, these women as part of the Distinctive Women community have made a huge difference in their lives of others, through philanthropy, creating amazing business opportunities. And another thing is they really, including myself, we want to help other women live out their dreams.
We sure do. Thank you very much for coming in and telling us about your life and your business investments and helping women. That's great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and coming up, we will speak with the dynamic parenting, blogging, and wine drinking duo. Lee and Meg are here on the blissful end of summer. It's the most wonderful time of the year, right? Back to school. We'll be right back here on Canada Talks.